From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight,
hello and welcome. Tonight, former military President Ibrahim Babangida dismisses fear over the prediction regarding possible disintegration of the country. Joint Task Force arrests a suspected Boko Haram member in Mohammed Abacha's home in Kano. INEC makes U-turn, registers the People's Democratic Movement and Independent Democrats as political parties. And scores of people killed in Egypt as pro-mercy rallies turn violent yet again.
And on Business News tonight, Finance Minister assures federal government workers of September pay.
Our sports news, Africa's record holder Blessing Akagbari hands Nigeria a second medal as she wins bronze in the 200 meters of the World Athletics Championship.
We start off with the fear in some quarters that Nigeria may disintegrate in 2015. Well, that fear has been described as baseless by the former military president, General Ibrahim Babangida. He told journalists at his hilltop residence in Minna, Niger State, that like many challenges the country has experienced, the 2015 election will also come and go, and the nation will remain one. A report published in the US had predicted that Nigeria may not remain one country by 2015, owing to the differences that exist among the various ethnic groups.
Disintegration in 2015. I can't, honestly, I can't see it happening. You can talk about it. A country that is about to disintegrate to going, oh, you know it. It's not something that happens in 1 month or 2 months or 1 year. No. It's just out of the question. But people say all sorts of things to instill fear. If you believe, if majority of people in this country believe in the unity in this country, why do they worry about somebody up there saying it will disintegrate when I know it wouldn't. So that's all people's perception. We shouldn't, you shouldn't give it prominence too. Those of you in the media, in any developing countries, there are ups and downs. And I think the capacity to withhold this and to move forward is what makes a country distinct from other organizations. And I think we are doing well. I will only keep on urging that we remain steadfast and we try to remain in peace, love one another, and keep on working hard. I am very optimistic about this country.
Former military president Ibrahim Babangida. Now, there are indications that a member of the militant sect Boko Haram has been reportedly arrested in the home of Mohammed Abacha, son of Nigeria's former military head of state, late General Sani Abacha, in Kano, northwest Nigeria. An eyewitness told Channels Television that he saw security operatives going into the compound and coming out minutes later with a man whose face was covered. The JTF spokesperson in Kano, Captain Ikedichi Iweha, could not confirm the incident, but was quoted as saying that investigations into the matter are ongoing. Meanwhile, efforts to contact Mohammed Abacha or his spokesperson were not successful, as it was gathered that he was away in Abuja. Mr. Abacha was the governorship candidate in Kano during the 2011 elections. Now, President Goodluck Jonathan has described women as vital to the development of the nation. The president made the remark after receiving the Lifetime Icon Award for Women's Rights from the National Council of Women's Societies in Abuja. He said Nigerian women have championed significant national social transformation programs that have had an impact on the country.
As we put this wrapper around you, we are showing you that we, the women of Nigeria and outside Nigeria, we are praying for you. That as we cover you with this wrapper, that we have...
You are all witnesses to the important and visible roles being played by women in this democratic dispensation, ensuring that democracy not only thrives, but that value is added to the lives of our people. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Nigerian woman is not only an important part of our history, but a pivot of our future development as a nation. I strongly believe that we cannot accomplish the goals of our transformation agenda if women, comprising about 50% of our population, are not fully integrated into our development efforts and programs.
Well, staying with women making a difference, it appears indigent Nigerians may no longer have to wait to feel the impact of the government, as the Ministry of Women Affairs has begun distribution of funds to distressed families. 16 families, who are the first set of beneficiaries, have been given over 3 million naira in Abuja as part of its poverty alleviation scheme. While urging them to use the funds judiciously, the Minister of Women Affairs, Mrs. Zainab Mena, explained that the scheme is aimed at improving the living conditions of the people.
In developed economies where the welfare of citizens is given top priority, families and individuals who need assistance are usually taken care of through the social welfare scheme. Recently, the federal government, through the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, received appeal by some Nigerians for assistance. Although this is the first phase, officials of the ministry promise to make the gesture a continuous process.
No doubt the family constitution is the most important custodian of society's culture, tradition, and values. The society's strength, progress, stability, and prosperity is therefore anchored on the capacity of each family and literally dependent on the nation's investment in all its citizens.
Some of the beneficiaries of the support are Chinyere Eke, the mother of a set of quadruplets whose husband absconded after the delivery of the children, a mother of a set of triplets, and Samsia Umar, a 15-year-old girl who required surgery for her leg.
When I delivered them, my husband didn't have any work. He was sacked from where he was working.
I want to say thank you for the assistance they gave me, because since then my mom has been struggling, trying to help me to see me back on my feet again. But too bad she didn't have to continue and she needed help. So I want to thank them for helping her, and I want her to be happy.
Although these beneficiaries seemed happy over the assistance offered, officials of the Ministry of Women Affairs promised to monitor how the funds are used.
In our own professional practice, we have what we call aftercare service. So we have to visit and monitor to ensure that these funds are just being used. We're able to ensure that.
This is the first in the series of support to be offered to distressed families in the country. Many are hopeful that the plan will translate into a reduction in the plight of many indigent families in the country.
To politics now. The national chairman of the People's Democratic Party has been speaking on the demand by women for more prominent roles in government, saying that his party will continue to give them their rightful place in the nation. The PDP chairman, Babangida, who spoke to journalists in Abuja, noted that the party is gender sensitive and will continue to give women opportunities.
Our party is inclusive, no imposition. Our party is democratic. Our party is gender sensitive. We are two in this world, a man and a woman. Together, like this. United, no separation. On the right and on the left. A man and a woman. And so we will remain. We hold our country together. We hold our party together. Strong. We will not allow anything to distract our unity. We will not allow anything to distract our peace.
PDP National Chairman Babangida Tukuru. Well, barely a day after denying that it had registered the People's Democratic Movement, PDM, the Independent National Electoral Commission has announced that it has registered 2 new political parties, including the PDM. INEC's Secretary, Mrs. Augusta Ogaku, claimed that the Commission took the decision to register the parties in accordance with the provisions of the 1999 Constitution and the Electoral Act of 2010. The other party registered is the Independent Democrats. The Constitution, manifesto, logo, flag and list of national executive officers of each of the parties has also been approved by the Commission. The Chief Press Secretary to Professor Atahiru Jega, Mr. Kayode Idowu, yesterday dismissed reports on the purported registration of the PDM, saying clearly that the Commission has not registered any party by that acronym.